Right, we're giving it a nudge. Going to shoot across the Ahuriri Arm and into shelter at Sailor's Cutting.
Trust is a funny old thing. While we talk about earning trust, in reality, trust is first offered, and then depending on the person's actions, assessed if it should be offered again in future. Today's lake will require some trust to be offered for sure. The plan is to put the boat in at the top of Lake Benmore this evening and sail as far down the lake as we can before dark. We'll camp for the night, then sail up the Ahuriri Gorge and across to a place called Sailor's Cutting. The weather always gets a vote though. There is a fresh nor'west forecast for this evening, and then a wet windy front rolls in tomorrow just after lunch. When that happens, we need to be either off the water at Sailor's Cutting or ready to sit out the storm for a day or two in a tent if we haven't made it all the way through in time. When you're new to sailing, you have to trust that the skipper will make the right calls. Making bad calls early on is often the difference between a lifelong love affair with sailing or an experience that puts someone off for good. I'm feeling confident that the plan is workable, and Sarah seems happy enough to let me make the call. Let's hope I don't get it too badly wrong.
Dinner time. Thank you. So the forecast said there's going to be a bit of breeze, and there is. She's a bit gusty, but I always say that, don't I? We're getting probably 17, 18 at the moment. Just got it planing, even though we've got a fair bit of gear in the bow.
Usually these conditions are a little bit of a handful and a whole lot of fun. But with each gust getting stronger, I wonder when or if things are going to level off. The lake is deserted, and there are no roads or people for the next 20 kilometres. If we find ourselves in trouble, we're completely on our own.
We've just made it down to the start of the first gorge. We were planning to camp the night in record time.
Well, that was a bullet well dodged. Time for a break and to decide if we should push on or camp here for the night.
The wind seems to be not too terrible out there, so we thought we'd nudge down an extra 6 k's, which will get us past the halfway mark, which matters because that means we've got not as far to go tomorrow. Home for the night, time to get the sails down and the tent up.
With a new day comes new challenges. But first of all, time for coffee, breakfast, a swim, and a quick explore of the bay that we spent the night in.
See how far we can get without getting our feet wet. I don't think it's going to be very far. Lucky there might be some deer around by the looks of that. I don't know if you've ever gotten that close to a fellow deer before. Right now things look pretty decent out on the lake. Just checking the weather forecast. It looks like we've got until about 1 o'clock before the breeze really comes in strong this afternoon. We're going to have to get packed up and get going. It's almost 8 o'clock, so that gives us 5.5 hours to get out of here and get round to sailors cutting. Seven to 25 knots. There isn't a breath. Normally I'd bring an electric outboard, but with the forecast it seemed utterly pointless. So about 2/3 of the way through the Ahuriri Gorge, so we're getting there. A little bit of nor'west kicking in. So far so good. We might get home tonight yet. Nearly out of the gorge, so hopefully we're going to be able to just get out in about 4 more tacks and then across to sailors cutting. The wind hasn't kicked in at 1 PM like we thought it would, so yeah, it's just building a little bit at the moment, but it's really manageable, which is great.
Or so we thought. Benmore had one more curveball to throw, and it came in quick.
Well, just when we thought we were sweet, that nor'west has just started coming up now, so we're going to throw in a reef to see if this buttons back or if it continues to build. It's probably doing 15 knots at the moment. We'll just kind of just watch. No one died from not going sailing. I think it's stabilised. I think we're going to do it. Crikey, Sarah's already in the boat. She wants to go home. Right, we're giving it a nudge. So we're reefed and we're good to go. They say gentlemen don't sail upwind. Well, we're not gentlemen, are we? Gonna shoot across the Ahuriri Arm and into shelter at Sailors Cutting, which was the end goal. Got probably about 15-16 knots. It's not too bad, just a bit sloppy. How you feeling about it?
Trust you.
So far so good. Lake number 4 of the 20 iconic lakes of the South Island of New Zealand, done and dusted. Lake Benmore is in the bag.
The only surefire way to find out if someone's judgment is trustworthy is to trust them. Trust is a gift that we should value and uphold. Lake Benmore has thrown us some challenges, but hopefully between the calls that I've made and the magic that we've shared, that gift will be given again soon.
So we've just made it, crikey. So we've just made it, This breakfast bowl was given to me by a mate after his dog died. I think his dog's name was Toby. What a clown.